So I'm going to start my story with I went to. So when you're writing your story today, boys and girls, you are also going to put I went to. So the first thing we need to do in our story is write those 3 words. So I'm going to call on friends to help me write I went to. I need 3 blanks because I have 3 words I'm writing. I know I is just 1 letter, so I need a little blank. I went to. All right. Alakai, how do I spell I?
Capital I.
Awesome job, capital I. Because it's the beginning of a sentence. I went. Went. Kaya, will you help me spell went? What letter says w?
Okay, be quiet, everybody. U?
W. So, you says, which one says w? With.
W?
Good job. With. Do you hear that? Went with. W. Little W.
E?
N.
N?
I went.
T?
Good job, Kaya. So, everyone, when you are writing in your book, you're also going to be writing I went. But not right now, because right now you're watching the lesson, and then it'll be your turn, and I'm going to give you guys time to write. So, I went to. Jose, will you help me spell to?
T-O.
Good job. I went to, and then I need to say where I went. And I told you guys that I went to Riggins, Idaho. And I went there to go whitewater rafting. So I'm going to spell Riggins. Now, this is a name of a place. So what do I need to do with the first letter? Will you please raise your hand? What do I do with that first letter since this is the name of a place? Xander, what do I need to do? Capital letter. Okay, so Riggins, capital R. And I'm going to spell Riggins. Riggins. And now I'm going to write Idaho. Idaho is also a place. So, Keela, what do I need to do with the word Idaho?
A capital.
Capital I. Good job. I went to Riggins, Idaho. And then I told you guys what I did. And I went whitewater rafting. So I'm going to say I went to Riggins, Idaho to raft. Raft. So we're going to put all those sounds on there. I'm going to need some help spelling raft. I already know how to spell to because Jose helped me spell it. So I went to Riggins, Idaho to raft. Sophia, will you help me spell raft? And I want to show excitement in my story because this was a super, super fun time during the summer. So how can I show excitement? Liam, how am I going to show excitement in my writing?
Exclamation point.
Good job. I went to Riggins, Idaho to raft. So, now I need to check and make sure I have all of my mechanics before I can get started on my illustration. So, I need to make sure that I have capital letters. capital I, capital R, capital I. Check. Finger spaces. I used my best handwriting. Check. Now I need to make sure that I have punctuation, and I do. Liam helped me figure out this exclamation point here. So my sentence is ready. Now I really want to focus in on my story. How can I let people know that I went to Riggins, Idaho? How can I let people know? Bracket.
By drawing a picture.
I need to draw my picture, right?
I was gonna tell you something.
Yes.
I've gone whitewater rafting in Wiggins too.
You have? It's so fun, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off by drawing the hills and the mountains that were in the background. And then this is where the water was. So now I want to make sure that I'm using color. So I have details in my picture. So I have the water here. And it was really bumpy. So I have those bumps in the water. And then I had a big rafting tube here. And I know that there was some yellow and blue on the raft as well. So I want to make sure that I show those details. And then I'm going to draw some of the paddles that they had. So we had a paddle here, we had a paddle here, and a paddle there. So, as I finish my illustration, I want to make sure that I let people know what I did and where I was at, because our focus today is the places that we go. So, places are stories. Keela, is the question about this?
Yes. What do you do when you do that? What is it?
So you get in this inner tube and you go into the river. We went into the Salmon River, and there's somebody who sits in the front of the boat, and he has these big oars, and you just go into the water, and the water's like really big waves, and you just you're floating like in a big inner tube, and you just go through all the rapids. The big waves that come through are called rapids.
That's scary.
It was super fun, and we wore life jackets, so we were safe, and we had a guide who was an expert at it, so he made sure we were safe. So I should probably add him and all the people that were in my raft, right? Yeah. So, first graders, today, as you are writing your story, I want you to think about the place that you're talking about in your story. Remember, every single person needs to write, I went to. So I'm going to put that in red so that you guys can see that you have to have I went to. So this is a story that happened in the past already, so that's why we're using went. Instead of I am going, we said I went to. So if you want to get your books out right now to start, go to a fresh, clean page. Get your 3 lines here, I went to, and write those 3 words. Go ahead and get your book out. I'm going to put it in red so you guys can see that you need these 3 words. Okay, so look at my page. Those 3 words, you have to have them. I went to. Tell me where you went and what you did. You guys can get your storybooks out. I'm going to be calling on friends to unmute and just tell me where they went, and I want you to tell me the exact words you're writing on your page. So if I got called on, if somebody said, Miss Prince, can you tell me about what you wrote? I would say, I went to Riggins, Idaho to raft. I want you guys to say the exact words that you're putting on your paper. So if you're telling me a super long story, I expect those words to be on the paper. So only tell me the words that you're going to be writing on your paper. Then I want you to go back and add details. So I'm probably going to put Riggins, Idaho up here so I can let you know where I was with a label. Then I might want to label my raft and the rapids, the water, and maybe these mountains that are in the background because they have really, really beautiful landscapes there. So you guys can get your books out and get started.